So what made me date him was I went to see, he was consistent with what he was saying. He respected me so much. And you know our industry, whether you carry yourself how,
there will always be some people.
yeah, people who just think they can get away with anything with you. So I had never found a man who respected me the way he did. He really showed me that he valued me, he valued my opinion. And even before we started dating, we're talking about how we want to raise kids, wedding, how many people and what. So it's like, after he proposed to me, it's like, me the whole time I was waiting for you to come on board. I had already made up my mind I was marrying you. My only concern was, I thought, I was so scared that you had those airs, celebrity airs.
Okay.
Of you're arrogant and all. And wow, when I first met you and when you warmed up to me, I couldn't believe that you were this humble. I was like, it's a done deal. Now there's no stopping me. And he keeps on telling me, you know, I feel bad. I really am mindful not to hurt you because I've never prayed for someone the way I prayed for you. Like I really prayed for this. So I cannot go back on my word and treat you badly.
Okay.
And I keep him in check, please.
Okay.
Menya.
We shall not forget. You said earlier on that when you were with Play Lotto that you had a moment, I think you said an encounter with, I don't know.
Yes, a prayer person. So
Yes.
I was, because I knew I was going to lose the Play Lotto job.
Okay.
So I was desperate because at that time I had these big plans. I was getting good money from Play Lotto. So my Radio City salary, I was not touched. I had gotten a loan from my bosses to buy a car.
Oh.
Now I was servicing that loan. So I was able to complete my loan with Radio City because they were not taking, I was not taking my salary anymore. I was
So
like,
it
you know
was
what,
just going.
don't give it to me. I want to be debt free. I really fear debt, Bambi.
It's a good thing.
So, with Play Lotto, my mom's compound, she has enough land. So there were rentals, small rentals, and I had asked her for 1 unit.
Okay.
So I pimped it up, I made it into a bachelor pad. So nice. Enclosed it in its own fence. It had the open plan. Remember me, I've always been an interior designer. And I remember doing the open plan, the kitchen flowing into the sitting room. And I'd come back and the builder's done something. I'm like, dude, eh?
Can you do what I want you to do?
No, techikola, neda, madam. Eh? This is the standard. As I said, it's not standard. For you, when you build your house, you do what you want. But if you're going to do my things, you do what I want. And you know, that's the funny thing. If you don't put your foot down with builders, they're always going to do what they saw in someone else's house.
Exactly. I don't know what that's about.
So and when it was done, everyone was like, oh, this is beautiful. It was just perfect. And imagine, after I just finished that car thing, I'm thinking now the next money I need to be, that's why I was so desperate, crying and going to a
so
prayer
you
person.
planned for this.
I was like, the next lot of money, before this car job runs out, I need to buy farmland, start farming.
So even then you planned to start farming.
I was, because I really don't want to be broke, and I hate asking for favors. I want to, it's a principle like maybe I got from my mom. So I went to see this guy, and I remember he was praying for me, and he told me, I can see you have potential people. They're all serious men. They don't want to marry you. But go with a government person. I laughed at him. I said, these prayer people can be my eye.
The government person.
I'm in entertainment and government. Where do these things meet up? How am I going to find a government person? I said, you know what? You know, some of these things you take with a pinch of salt. These people are as human as we are. Me, I don't believe, I believe in reading the Bible myself. I believe in, I listen and take what I can, but I don't put my faith in human beings. They are like me. They have flesh, they have running blood. They make mistakes. Because if you put all your faith in a pastor, a reverend, or what, when they sin, and they will sin, you're going to fall down with them. Because that's where I've put your hope and trust. So it's important for you to have your own personal, yes, they'll guide you into, because we all need guidance. They'll guide you into living that straight life you want to live. But you can't put your faith and hope. But they have prophesied for me, and I'm going to take
They have told me, and that's the only way. And
no. Logic also works in these things.
Yes.
So he tells me I'm going to meet this government person. I'm like, whatever. A month, I think, passes. That's when I met my husband. And then I go back for prayers, and he says, so me, I've gone for prayers. Please pray for my job, it's ending. And he's praying for husband. I'm like,
This man.
dude, husband, marriage, these are not things I am aspiring to do right now. Money.
This is not in my plan.
Right now, money is what I need, not a husband. So anyway, he convinces me to take him so that he prays for us. I'm like, I'm not even dating this man.
Wait, what?
Yes, I'm not dating this man. We are actually not even friends. We are just, he says, you have to bring this person. We have to pray for him. I'm like, another place where, because I had met this guy through another friend of mine. The place where they were praying for.
And like now I'm taking this guy.
I had to tell him, you have to be open-minded. It's like he's got to say, this woman does. And their prayers are not conventional. I was like, So it turns out, God works in mysterious ways. It turns out my husband used to see this very prayer person years before, but they lost touch.
Oh.
So imagine me kneeling down for prayers, and the man is like, my brother. I'm like,
what is going on
what is
here
going
exactly?
on? So we go in for him like to counsel us or something, and the entire time the guy is praying for marriage, and what I'm binding. I'm like, I bind. Focus. Don't lose track. Focus on the job. This one, leave him alone. So anyway, we and from then on, every time I would go for prayers, he would pray for my husband and pray for marriage.
Okay.
I was like, guy, if he wants prayers, let him come personally. Don't use my time to pray for someone else.
I have my own things.
Anyway, I started dating him, and he wanted for us to get married like within 6 months. I said, how do I tell my family and friends that I just met you and now, Lord and behold, we are getting married? So I said, no, that won't work. Give me some time. Let's date. But during that process, he had started paying for stuff. We're talking about what we're going to do, how we want our wedding to be. So really,
but it also sounds like you're so different then.
we're so different. He's so reserved, socially awkward. I'm the fun part of our relationship. Very outgoing, go with the flow. He's too principled. He wants his things a certain way. He really is an orderly person.
Okay.
That's how he was raised. He wants, if you say you're going to do this, do it.
Okay.
Very principled, and that's one thing I like about him. I love about him. Very principled. If he commits to something, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
If he actually sometimes I think comes off as a snob, because he'll sit down and he likes to observe. He'll sit down and listen to people, and me, I'm just going. But we actually complement each other very well. Very well.
So you mentioned at the beginning that he's away.
He's away. My husband works in Tanzania. He's the legal draftsman for East African communities. He writes laws. When you say legal draftsman, people are like, huh? That is what? He writes laws for East Africa. That's what he was doing here in Ministry of Justice.
But that means that we've come out of lockdown. And...
Well, they've not yet opened the borders, and knowing him, he follows rules.
How are you handling that?
We communicate a lot. We talk every single day. We share everything with each other. Like we're like as if best friends, just there. You know, when we just got married, my mother-in-law was telling me, you know, Dennis is he's a man of few words. I said, the what?
Well, it depends on who he's with, I guess.
I said, a few words where this man, I literally have to tell him, keep quiet. I understand, keep quiet. And I am a talkative person, but I have to sometimes tell him,
maybe
babe,
when he's with you,
yes,
he lets everything
it's
out.
time to sleep, please. And then you wake up, honey, are you asleep? Are you asleep? Do you know I was dreaming about this? We can do this. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it is.
So I was here, no money. All my friends my peers had moved on. Guys were in good jobs. You understand? I was a celebrity, but with nothing to
your name.
Yeah, you understand?
This decision, you said you decided to leave radio. Now you're doing your own interior design and you're farming.
Yes, I'm farming.
He supported the whole thing. Did he
Everything.
understand it?
Well, maybe he probably didn't understand it, but he's always supported me. It's like, whatever you want to do, I'll support you, but you have to do it 100%.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And so he really asked me, what do you want to do? Okay, how can I help? And
because also you're home alone with your boys.
yeah, I'm home alone with the boys. I try as much as possible to for him to connect with the boys. He spoils them silly when he's around.
Oh.
By the time he leaves, like 1 week, we have gone backwards.
Because they can get away with everything.
Me,
That is here.
Not so much. I play with them. I love them silly, but there's also discipline with my children.
Yeah.
I make sure that is very important to me. Because I wouldn't want to see an indisciplined child, and so I also don't want my children to be indisciplined.
Yes.
So I put my foot down. I spank them if I must. And they now know. They now know because they'll apologize. I'm sorry, mommy. Even before I spank them, I'm sorry. I'm like, yes, if you say you're sorry, don't do it again. Because if you do it again, I'll chopper you. We'll stop. Yeah. So we try. We communicate. But even before getting married, he had always, even with Ministry of Justice, he was always on the road. He was always out of the country. So I think for us that helped our relationship work. Okay. Because I'm also not one of those people who wants someone constantly in my space. So because I grew up a loner, I'm one of those few people who
enjoy your time.
I enjoy my time. I have no problem going to a restaurant. I sit alone, have my meal and a glass of wine, feel very happy and go home. People find it weird, but I really love doing that.
Okay.
I love to date myself. I love to just be in my own space.
You like to date yourself. I like that.
Because we always think that you have to be everything for the people in your life, your children, your husband, your what. Not really.
Yeah.
You also have to, who are you?
But you also have to teach your children to be comfortable alone.
Yes.
Because sometimes I think we forget that one thing in parenting. I mean, yours a little. But if you are there for your children 100% and whatever they need, you're there. They don't learn how to be independent and realize that sometimes they have to rely on themselves to get whatever they need done.
Yeah, and for me it's also, I'm trying to train my eldest son to do that because he's used to always calling me, Mommy, come and sit with me, we watch TV. Mommy, let's do this. Or, Mommy, because now he's potty trained. Mommy, I can't
when they get older, it becomes, I need
on my
this.
Pants.
I want this.
I say, no, you can do it. You try. Try. Yeah. At least let me see him struggle to do it and like help the last
That's
bit of it.
That's what learning is.
Yes. I'm not going to baby him all the way. I want him to be independent, but also to know that he's loved.
You know how you were saying like passion and money should come together, and there are many people who have like a job like you admitted, you weren't feeling fulfilled. And many people have a job and then they have their dreams on the side, but then there's that fear or that maybe lack of support. But I mean, this interior design, from the sound of you being hands-on for a long time, how long were you planning to start it? Or was it something that it just kind of happened?
It just kind of happened. By the time I left radio, I really was intentional on doing something creative. It's like, I'm not going to become a stay-home mom. That absolutely is not happening. First of all, I'll nag my husband to death because I'll be having a lot of free time and saying, you did not respond to my text. So I really was intentional. I wanted to do something creative. I wanted to see where this takes me. And I was scared. I was like, I don't know if it's going to work. And I was honest to my husband. I said, I don't know if it's going to work, but I cannot leave without knowing. I must try it. I must go out and see. But I believed in my talent. I also believed in what I was passionate about. I was like, this is not just, I want to do this. Because I live with teenagers as well at home. And they're always like, Auntie Peace, you're always watching interior design, building, what? But I enjoy watching that. I've always watched that.
Yeah.
For me, that's, I remember even growing up, you remember Style with Elsa Clench? I used to enjoy that. I used to enjoy watching Oprah Winfrey. I used to enjoy Larry King. Things that other kids really don't find interesting. Me, I absolutely
That is
love.
learning, by the way. All that is learning. You may not realize it, but it's
Yes.
learning.
And I've always had this eye for nice things. And every time I would do something, people would say, wow, you should do this.
I think I remember you even tapped into that in your time in Sylvia.
Yes.
You tapped into that as well.
So everyone would be like, I think you should do this. I think you should do this. And it was always, I don't have time. I don't have time. You know, 10 to, it's actually not 10 to 3 because you have to leave home an hour early.
Yes.
Then you have the traffic hour to get home. So at 5 p.m.
And then you have to prepare for the show. And then you
Yes.
said you're also doing other things.
So at what time are you going to do these creative things? So I said, you know what, one thing has to give
Okay.
if I'm going to leave.
So how's the journey been so far?
It's amazing. The feedback I've got is it's humbling. It's humbling for me because something like, for me, what comes naturally and easily to me, people are like, oh, you can do this. Oh my God. I redid someone's house. Her room. It's on my YouTube channel. That was the first thing I really now recorded. And she gave me leeway to do what I wanted.
Okay.
I was trying to give her the vision, but she didn't quite get it. I said, okay, no, I just let it be. And she wanted me to cut her bed because she said it was too big and what. So instead of cutting it, I painted it grey. And it transformed the whole look. I did an accent wall for her. And every single time, and you know, with all the jobs I do, I keep on saying, I pray it blesses someone. It teaches someone something. Why I did this YouTube channel, because I was thinking, everyone is trying to inspire people through words.
Yes.
And probably are not even living the words they're trying to tell people, preach.
Yeah.
I said,
There's a lot of that in the world
Yes.
today. As I was saying, everyone is an an inspirational speaker, motivational speaker.
And I have nieces that look up to me. They really, they cling on to every word I say. They want to dress like me. So it has changed the way I do things because I don't want to mislead them. I want them to know that you can still work hard and make things look glamorous. People, I remember there's a client I was working for, and the person the daughter is aspiring to be an interior designer, and she had asked me to take her on as a protege, but I did this job and the girl did not even bother to come and see.
So in her mind,
It's a glamorous job. The whole thing of interior design. I'm an interior
but you have
designer.
to be hands-on. You have to have the work.
Yes, you have to. I just don't like the way we've made the younger generation believe that everything is glamorous. You have to and there's nothing wrong with slaying, slay with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just be, there's more to you than just looking good.
Yeah.
Can you, what other value do you have?
Yeah.
Looks fade, please.
Yeah. They do.
I was looking when I was
Or
20.
you can look good, but when
But
people get to know
yes,
the real you,
let have more value. Let whatever you are, your character, your skill, let that speak for you. Let that speak for you. Don't wait for people to, don't make people tell your story before you tell your own story. Tell your own story.
yeah.
I told
And
you,
let what you do
yes,
speak for you.
speak for it. In even the small things, the way you treat people, the way you carry yourself, be very mindful. I've learned I was not always like that. I told you there's a time when I was really aggressive, and I still could have gotten the job done without being extra forceful.
Yeah.
Maybe if I had showed people that, you know what, okay, I know your idea is not, I'm not going to use it, but let me listen to you. I'll just say, no, it won't work.
Oh, okay.
And that hurts someone's feelings.
Yes.
It will come back as aggression towards you, or they'll say, that person is mean and what. And yet you can still get the job done, but still being mindful of others. Of course, there's certain times where you have to really
Yeah, put your foot down.
put your foot down. But find a way, if you can, find a way of putting the point across without having to breaking someone down.
Yeah.
It's like how we're always trying to find fault. And I realized finding fault in people is mostly because you're unhappy within yourself.
Thank you. Thank
When
you.
when you find yourself nitpicking on what everyone is doing, but you know she's mad, but you know everyone is saying, oh, this person is good. Crystal is such a yeah, but you know what? I just don't like her smile. Really. Then you have to
Then
check
how do you have so
yourself.
much time as well?
You have
Because
to
if
check
you're
your-
focusing on what everyone else is doing, then chances are you're not really focusing and dealing with yourself. Because that should be the number one priority.
Yes.
Really.
And you must find time to really think about what energy you're putting out there, what you're presenting to people. Before I used to think they need to take me the way I am. You understand? But no, life is also about other people.
Yes, it's not just about you.
It's not just about you. You live in this life with other people.
Yeah.
So you also have to be mindful about other people without compromising your values, who you are, and your principles.
True. Oh, peace. Thank you so much for coming on
Thank you
this
so
show.
much. Thank you so much for having me. It has been a pleasure. I'm honored. I'm humbled because I really look up to you. I love what you're doing, and I really, you know, the first time I saw you do this, I saw your interview. I was like, oh my God, I hope this. Oh, with all honesty, I prayed for it. I said, I hope this blows up. I hope this becomes big, because we need that. We need for us to be seen in a different way.
Yes, exactly.
And it starts with one person, two people, you know. We all build to make our Uganda beautiful.
Yes, together.
Together. Not
Together.
everyone. You can still support other people. And
Yes, thank you
prosper.
so much.
Thank you too.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, thank you. I've enjoyed myself too.
All right.